Top 5 Best TV and Movie Cops. Number 5. Detective Andy Serpoges, Night Blue. Serpoges was the main character of the television series Night Blue, which was played by Dennis Franz. Serpoges is the stereotypical New York police officer, outspoken and not afraid to use physical force to convince suspects and witnesses to cooperate. This was an incredibly successful series spanning 12 years. Serpoges was one of the main forces behind its success. Number 4. Bud White, L.A. Confidential. L.A. Confidential is a story of mid-19th century Los Angeles. White is a cop who develops quite an affinity for prostitute Lynn Bracken, played by Kim Basinger. White and his nemesis Ed Exley, an uber-ambitious policeman with a sterling law force lineage, team up to solve the murders known as the Night Owl killings. Along the way they uncover a prostitution ring where women are cut to look like movie stars and expose an internal affairs scandal that would threaten to tear down the structure of the LAPD. Bud White has immense physical strength and an uncanny ability to sense and intervene in the abuse of women. He is a fanatic protector of the fairer sex. Bud White is played by Russell Crowe. Number 3. Embel, No Country for Old Men. Played by Tommy Lee Jones, Bell is a small-town Texas sheriff caught up in a feud between Mexican drug lords, their American accomplices, a contract killer, and a small-town boy named Llewellyn Moss who stumbled on a heroin deal gone wrong, making off with over $2 million. Bell is the moral cop who tries, albeit unsuccessfully, to bring in Moss and protect him from the wrath of the Mexican cartels and the contract killer hired by the American importers. This is one of the Coen brothers' less than humorous films, adapted from the book of the same title written by Cormac McCarthy. The film is, of course, No Country for Old Men. Number 2. Detective Lieutenant William Somerset, say 7N. Morgan Freeman plays this cerebral cop who teams up with a young, less cerebral David Mills, played by Brad Pitt. Somerset is in the last stages of his career and has been largely marginalized by the rest of the New York police force. 7 is the story of a religiously fanatic serial killer who seeks to find an example of each of the 7 deadly sins and murder the sinner in a symbolic way. Somerset and Mills are the detectives who nearly capture the killer, but fail, as he is able to finish his murderous spree. This movie is classified as a horror film but is just as appropriately called a suspense thriller. Kevin Spacey does a very good job playing the killer intoxicated by the Holy Ghost. Number 1. Police Chief Marge Gunderson, Fargo. In the brilliant film Fargo, Jerry hires 2 men to kidnap his wife so he can get his rich father-in-law to pay the ransom of $1 million. Once the ransom is paid, the kidnappers will get $40,000 and Jerry gets the rest. That's the plan, but what happens is something totally different. Blood is shed when a cop and 2 innocent people are killed. Marge Gunderson is the chief who investigates the murders. While Marge investigates, Jerry gets involved in deeper problems, ranging from financial troubles, to threats from the kidnappers. Marge Gunderson is played by the indomitable Frances McDormand, who is brilliant in every role she plays. She brings a wry wit, down-to-earth character, and humor to the character and creates the role of a cop that you can't help but love.